Have you ever looked at a world monument and wondered if, at one point in time, it served a purpose so bizarre it could have been plucked straight from a movie script? Today, we unravel one such story from the history of the Eiffel Tower, the globally renowned icon of Paris. This isn't just a tale of an engineering marvel. This is the story of how the Eiffel Tower transformed into one of the world's most critical tools in espionage during the early 20th century. Get ready to see the Eiffel Tower in a whole new light. Let's rewind to the year 1909. Europe was a hotbed of political tension, scientific innovation, and yes, spy games. At the time, radio technology was rapidly evolving, and world powers were racing to understand and dominate this new communication tool. It was still a relatively young invention, and its potential in gathering information and connecting distant locations was only just being unearthed. The Eiffel Tower, which had been constructed 20 years earlier for the 1889 World's Fair, originally faced criticism and nearly faced demolition. Its steel lattice frame made it stand apart from the classical grandeur of Parisian architecture. Critics called it an eyesore. But Gustave Eiffel, the engineer behind the structure, had an ace up his sleeve that few could foresee: radio waves. Yes, we often think of the Eiffel Tower as a cultural icon now, but back then, Gustave envisioned it as a giant antenna. His vision became clearer in 1903 when French military radio pioneer Gustave Ferrier stepped in. Ferrier saw a unique opportunity to turn the Eiffel Tower from a static steel structure into one of the tallest and most useful antennas in the world. By 1909, the tower had been fitted with a powerful radio transmitter, and its purpose quickly evolved from an exhibition centerpiece to a tool for military intelligence. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Picture European spies from different countries scrambling to intercept radio transmissions. Governments were well aware that radio would revolutionize their ability to wage and avoid wars. The French military used the Eiffel Tower to relay secure messages, track enemy ships, and even monitor coded signals that were suspected of being espionage. And remember, there was nothing quite like this elsewhere in Europe at the time. It was like having a high-tech secret weapon sitting right in plain sight. War was brewing in Europe, and the Eiffel Tower became pivotal in understanding enemy movements. But what happens when you have a resource so singular and so vital? Everyone wants in. In 1914, as World War I broke out across Europe, the Eiffel Tower's role as a radio transmitter skyrocketed in importance. Soldiers in the trenches depended on messages sent through its great antenna structure. Yet, this wasn't just about bolstering France's own army. The tower was also used to intercept and decode enemy air traffic and troop communications. Let me paint a clearer picture. Imagine a room full of intelligence officers sitting at desks with cumbersome radio equipment, headphones on, scribbling notes furiously as the Eiffel Tower caught whispers of German military campaigns crackling through the airwaves. And yes, the phrase "loose lips sink ships" took on layers of new meaning when even minute details intercepted via the tower could change the tides of war. One notable and particularly gutsy radio interception occurred in 1916. A coded message from Germany to their allies revealed crucial positions, thanks to the Eiffel Tower's high-vantage radio transmission interception. Decrypted by French intelligence, this knowledge resulted in a successful maneuver that saved countless lives. Yet, the use of the Eiffel Tower wasn't merely defensive. It allowed the French and their allies to execute misinformation campaigns. Fake messages would bounce through the air to sow confusion amidst their opponents. It was the equivalent of posting bad intel in the hopes that someone else would pick it up and lose their way. And rumor has it, it worked better than expected. And then there's one facet of this story that has remained shrouded in whispers. Did someone try to sabotage the tower? While never confirmed, there were rumors that spies and saboteurs plotted to disable the Eiffel Tower's radio systems. Its strategic importance was simply that valuable. But the vigilance surrounding the tower ensured that no such attempts succeeded, or at least none made a lasting impact. Fast forward a few more years, and the Eiffel Tower had solidified its legacy, not just as a marvel of engineering or an enduring symbol of French culture, but also as a silent, watchful sentinel in the age of espionage and world wars. World War II would once again see the tower used for intelligence-gathering purposes, but it was the events of its inaugural radio days and World War I that truly showcased the Eiffel Tower's surprising role in history. How's that for an unexpected history lesson? Next time you gaze up at the majestic iron mass of the Eiffel Tower, know that it's much more than a scenic backdrop for romantic photographs. At one point, it was a symbol of technological innovation, a war tool, and a silent observer of history in the making. In a way, the Eiffel Tower isn't just a monument of Paris, it's a monument to human ingenuity and resilience. And its radio stories. Those are like the encrypted whispers of the past, echoing just faintly enough for us to hear. Thank you for journeying through this hidden gem of history with us. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more episodes of Historical Hidden Gems. Who knows what we'll uncover next? It could be the key to yet another unsolved mystery, or an anecdote that changes how you see the world entirely. Until then, keep searching, keep learning, and remember, history is packed with secrets waiting to be discovered.